Yeah, Lions on the prowl, Lions on the prowl. Always putting weight, always going wild. Lions on the prowl, Lions on the prowl. Always putting weight, always going wild. Best quarterbacks you ever heard. Get up, Matthew Stafford, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones. They gon' get it in the zone. No matter how they try to fan, Darius Slay gon' get it in. That Patricia Ball Grant, making sure our players win. Got a dangerous offensive, they always bring the pain. Talking about that Ricky Wagner, can't forget about TJ Lane. Detroit Lions got it locked. Tim and Jim gon' let you know. This the Lions on the prowl. Come on, time to start the show.
Hello, everybody. This is Jim.
Maniac Tim back again and
better than ever.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're here at episode 17 this week.
17. Wow.
I
wish I was 17 years old again. That would be nice. Jeez.
I don't know. I'm thinking mid-20s.
Yeah.
17,
I
that
know,
was
I
still
know.
school, high school, stuff like
yeah.
that. This show is being brought to you by West Michigan Nutrition. They are located at 1705 Beacon Boulevard in Grand Haven, Michigan. Come in for some nutritious, delicious shakes and some energizing teas. And this week, we've got a bunch of stuff for you. We're going to go through the schedule of the Detroit Lions this week. We have Legend of the Week this week. We have the Maniac Football Fan of the Month, Lions Fan of the Month. And so we're going to get into our show right now. Tim, let us know. Do you have any shout-outs this week?
Okay. Of course. Josue, Tim Reardon, my wife Sherry, my sister-in-law Mindy. Her cancer count has been outstandingly low now.
Good.
So that's good. She's recovering. And that's it for
That's
now.
it. My shout-out's good to my wife, Val. She's gone through gallbladder surgery Monday. Went well. She's recovering now. So we're trying to get her better and back to doing the things that she should be doing or wants to do. So... Alrighty, that's one of mine, Andy and Dave. One from West Michigan Nutrition. Dave is his father. He was on the show a couple weeks back when we had that live show. Would love to have him back on again. Kevin Frentner, who was called The Roar, who will be part of Lions on the Prowl from now on. He did a live thing in Lions on the Prowl Facebook page and Facebook group, and he's going to be doing the fantasy football for us and maybe writing some articles for the website and just getting involved in Lions on the Prowl. We really appreciate his help.
Yep. We sure do. And welcome aboard.
Welcome, Kevin.
Yep.
This week, Legend of the Week, we have offensive guard.
Yeah.
And you're saying, what? Offensive guard.
Yeah.
This guy is 6'3", 236 pounds. He was inducted to the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a player in 2016.
Wow.
Can you name this legend yet? We're going to continue on, and we'll see if you can get it. Selected by the Lions with the 19th pick in the second round of the NFL Draft. He played 4 seasons as offensive guard for the Detroit Lions and 3 seasons for the Washington Redskins. He was a key offensive player in the Lions' NFL championship teams in 1952 and 1953.
Yeah, and I'm sure you really watched them. You know?
No, I wasn't as old as you.
You were around then. I wasn't.
He's a key offensive player for the Lions in 1952 and 53 NFL championships games. We mentioned that. Named the MVP on the 1953 team. Selected by the Associated Press as a first-team All-NFL player 5 of his 7 NFL seasons. He played in 5 Pro Bowls. And he spent more than 35 years as a football coach, principally an offensive line coach. His career included stints with Notre Dame, California Golden Bears, Philadelphia Eagles, San Francisco 49ers, New Orleans Saints, and Chicago Bears. Mike Ditka called this legend the best offensive line coach in football if the Bears led the NFL in rushing 3 straight years and won the Super Bowl in 1985.
Wow. So
Legend of the Week, Dick Stanfield.
Yep.
So I wanted to kind of different way to do that this week is kind of build up, try to guess who the Legend of the Week is, because sometimes we'll just go right ahead and say it. Maybe it's more fun for you guys just to figure out who that might be.
Yeah, kind of... amongst your friends, when if there's a group of you guys listening to us, just go ahead and kind of guess between and see who gets it first.
Yeah, see who gets it first.
And let us know, how soon you got it.
At some point, we might just do Legend of the Week and then tell you who it is next week. No, I don't know if we want to do that. Okay, Tim, we have a Maniac Fan of the Month for the month of July, and who is that?
Okay, Chuck Hill. And he was a longtime Lions fan.
Nice.
Been a longtime season ticket holder. I did talk to him on Facebook a little bit. Very, very gun-ho Lions. Kevin Frentler is actually the one that nominated him.
Okay.
This is, of course, our third Maniac Fan of the Month. Judy Swartz was our first.
Yes.
And, of course, Ray Moore was our second.
Our second.
So welcome to the Maniac Hall of Fame.
Maniac Fan of the Month, Hall of Fame.
Hill.
Chuck Hill.
Yep.
And we appreciate your fandom. We appreciate what you do for our group and the Lions on the Prowl. And we thank you as a fan of the Detroit Lions. We need more of you to stand up and to tell the NFL that we're done with the BS. We are a good team too. And, not just put up with the BS calls and the stuff that happens to us and things like that. And hopefully we're going to turn the page and have a different outcome this year, which brings us to something that we've been kind of talking about amongst ourselves, and that is the schedule for the 2018 Detroit Lions and some of the predictions that I kind of made.
Right.
So we started out looking at this week. We're not talking about preseason. We're talking about regular season now. We start the season with the New York Jets, and they went 5-11 last year. And I said, I think we'll win that game. Go to the 49ers. That's at San Francisco.
Right.
So it could be a tougher game. Since they got the quarterback there, they've been doing a lot better. And they were 6-10 last year. I actually thought we might lose that game.
Right.
So then we started getting into this debate, Tim. Tell me what you were talking about.
Well, okay. I really don't like predicting wins and losses before the season, because I feel in order to be that team that's going to take you to the next level, you got to be able to go out there and be able to beat any of those teams, no matter who they are. Do you think that for 1 minute that the New England Patriots go out and say, hey, I'm going to, I'll beat this team or lose to that team? No, they go out week after week. And also the Green Bay Packers, knowing that they're going to win that game. They may not always win that game, but they know they have a chance to beat that opponent.
But in our thing, we make predictions.
Right.
That's what we do.
And I know it is part of, actually, it's embedded in the NFL and in all sports.
Right.
But really, is it hurting the team and the faith by doing that?
But is it taking the hopium or the drinking the Kool-Aid thinking they're going 16-0? Because that's kind of what you're saying. If they're not going to lose to any team, they're going 16-0.
No, I'm not saying that they're going to go 16-0, but I'm saying that week by week, to be up there, to be prepared. Hey, this team's going to do it.
Okay, so we're going to go to week 3. Week 3 is 13-3 Patriots have been in the Super Bowl last year. I counted that a loss. Tell me why they're going to win that game then.
Okay, hopefully.
No, not hopefully.
No. Well, okay.
Because you're supposed to have faith here, remember.
All right.
Not hopefully.
Okay. If.
If.
Okay. But see, okay.
Thought you had faith.
We're by saying that we're actually going to lose this game, all right, that's killing all the hope and faith that we have.
No, it's a prediction.
Right.
It's not killing anything.
Right. But
tell me why they're going to win that game.
Okay. Improvement. That's why we're going to win that game. Improved running game. Improvement from what we already had. We already have a great passing game.
Okay.
All right. We had, we went ahead and made an upgrade in the coaches. We made an upgrade in the offensive line, and we made an upgrade in the running backs.
But honestly, what you're
which
saying,
adds another dimension to your offense. Okay, so we were already contenders against these teams before,
But were
with
we?
just being the one.
How many playoff games have we won?
Yeah, but how many playoff games did the
Patriots win?
how many?
Quite a few.
Yeah, but how many did they lose before they got to that point? We cannot always
But are
be
we at,
three
my
to.
question for you is, are we at that point? Are we at the point now with our track record to say, well, we're going to the Super Bowl this year? We haven't even paid our dues and got a playoff win.
No, we haven't.
I mean, you walk before you crawl, and I'm not trying to douse the flames.
Or you take the leap and you just go all the way. I'm not saying for
But I
sure
don't
they're
think you
going to
do.
go ahead and win that. But
I think
you know,
there's a graduation process.
Did the Saints have that graduation process when they went to the Super Bowl? Who thought that the Super Bowl winners this year was going to be the Philadelphia Eagles?
That's true.
Nobody.
That's
you
true.
know, they just went ahead and got it done. You know,
But hasn't Philadelphia been in the playoffs before?
they've been in the
Haven't
playoffs.
they won the playoffs? Have they been in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
Right or no? Or have
yeah,
they never
they've been in the Super Bowl. I think
I
they
don't think
lost.
they did. I don't know. But I'm just saying that, and that, yes, it's other sports, but like the Pistons, they had to get through the Boston Celtics.
Right.
Before they actually became a perennial championship team. The Red Wings had to beat the Colorado Avalanche. But the Red Wings had made the playoffs years and years and years in a row, but failed.
Right.
And so did the Pistons. The Lions haven't made the playoffs year after year after year and just failed. They haven't even made the playoffs. They made the playoffs a couple of years ago and failed. They played New Orleans. So maybe New Orleans is our team. Yeah. Because that's two times we've lost to them.
But I don't
Or
think
was it Seattle?
Is,
We lost to them.
See, it's not a team. It's actually whoever your opponent is. You just gotta be better that week than that opponent. Now, most of your other sports, your major sports, well, really all of them, are series. This is one game a week.
Okay. All right.
And then you advance.
I'll take that point.
You know.
All right. One game, right?
Yeah.
Indianapolis Colts.
Mm-hmm.
New England Patriots.
Right.
Indianapolis couldn't get over that hump.
Right.
Peyton Manning was not an elite quarterback because he couldn't win the big one.
Yeah.
Couldn't win the big game until he finally conquered that, and then they were champions.
But one thing that's different is, okay, the AFC is a lot different than NFC because you have different opponents each year that's actually Super Bowl contenders or actually make it to Super Bowl. The AFC, yeah, you have had the Patriots year after year.
Yeah.
But in the NFC, it's not been so as of late years.
True.
You know,
It's
so
not been
it's just,
dominated. I agree with that.
Whoever really thought, the Seattle Seahawks for, most
Seahawks
recently.
were dominant for a while until
right.
they had to pay their quarterback, and then that fell apart.
Yeah, but they were not dominant before they got that quarterback. They made it, the last time before they made it to the Super Bowl
they built that, and they were up and coming for
right.
a while.
But the Lions
before
have
they
been
actually made it.
But the Lions have been building.
But they haven't done anything.
They have not done anything. But there is a point you need to have it all put together.
I agree.
And I think that's what they got to do.
50-some years.
I mean, there was a time, way back when Green Bay was actually lousy and losers. They were like, we just got, we go ahead and we make the playoffs, then one playoff, then we lose.
Yep.
Yep. But what they did was they went ahead and they graduated to that. From that and made it to
right. You just made my point for
Super
me.
Bowls.
Thanks.
But I'm just saying that the Lions need to do that. The Lions need to go ahead.
But they haven't done it yet. And so
Right.
for me to look at a schedule and say, hey, they're going to beat the Patriots, they're going to beat the Rams, they're going to beat the Vikings twice, they're going to beat the Panthers, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Why don't I believe that? Because no team goes 16-0. Well, Patriots went. Yeah. I think they went 16.
Yeah, they went 16-0 and lost in the Super Bowl.
But still, we don't have that team yet.
No. Well, who knows? And we don't need. And I'm not saying that we're going to go 16-0, but I'm just saying week after week they need to be out there.
Well, they're going to be out there. I'm pretty sure about that.
They need to be out there, and they need to be contenders and. They may drop some, Yeah,
but they're not going to listen to us anyway.
Right.
Or any of the NFL media or whatever. I mean, this is a show, was a prediction thing I was putting together for the show. And we started, talking about it. And so I'm just saying that I'm putting together wins and losses for this year. And I came up with 9-7.
Yes, you did.
And I gave them a couple of games. I think they're kind of borderline.
Right.
And this is a tough schedule. It's a very tough schedule.
Oh, yeah, it is. But, like Ric Flair used to say, for all you wrestling fans, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. In order to be the team, you got to beat the team. And, yes, I know this is actually, a sport where wrestling is sports entertainment. It's very different. But I'm just saying, you got to be able to beat those teams. And one of the things that the Lions have been known for going ahead and being up for this real good team, beating the heck out of them 1 year or 1 week, and then the next week you don't go ahead and have such a good team, so you don't play with the intensity.
Right, because we're up for one team and you let down for the next team.
So what the team needs to do is just go ahead and say, hey, screw that. We are every week by week we're going to be up there. We're going to go ahead and we can win. I don't care who the heck you are. We're going to come in there and bring it to you full on.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that, but when you're saying, hey, I'm not going to pick any losses for the Lions because I don't believe in that. I believe that'll lose faith in the team. I don't believe that. I believe that, you know what? Hey, there's teams that can beat us. We have a rookie head coach.
Mm-hmm.
We have rookies on the offensive line.
Yes,
and
we do.
second-year players.
Yes, we do.
We have a rookie in the backfield. I mean, we have rookie players, in the defense. We have a brand-new defensive scheme that's never been tried before here.
Right. Okay, how many years was Russell Wilson in the with the Seahawks when they won?
Well, Russell Wilson wasn't the key to that team. The defense was.
Yeah,
and
but how many years?
Defense. I don't know how many years.
Okay.
But I'm saying they were building the defense before he ever got there.
Yeah, and the Lions have been building under Stafford.
They've been building the offense.
Yeah, but the Lions have been building under Stafford. The Lions have possibly been building for Matt Patricia for 3 years. Since Quinn's been in. They've been building. You still have a
rookie head coach. You still have an adjustment period. And what happens? Okay, here's what happens. I'm going to let you know.
Right.
Schwartz's first year.
Mm-hmm.
What did Stafford say after that first year? Well, this year we adjusted to it. Now we've got it down. So we should be better this year. After that year, that's what they all said. It took time to adjust to the new coach, to adjust to the new systems, to adjust to the new this and that. And that was the built-in excuse. I'm sorry, but that's what it's been every time we rebuild.
Yeah. But this is not a total rebuild either because you still got Jim Bob Cooter. That is the offensive coordinator.
Which could be a good or bad thing.
Yeah, it could be. It could be, but Stafford knows him. And then you also added another element with the running game. Of course, they definitely need to prove it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and I'm just not the type of person that wants to take the faith away before it happens.
Tim's a dreamer, and I'm a realist. That's just the way this is.
But I mean, a lot of these things are going by what they did last year.
Now, am I excited about the changes and about the direction we're going? Yes. Do I think we have it now? No, I don't.
I do.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
ESPN rated us number 20.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In the run game.
And what's been our biggest gripe about ESPN?
That they undervalue us.
Right.
ESPN.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is, Lions fans, are you excited about being number 20? No. I hate to say this. I am. Why? Because we were number 32.
Right.
We just gained 12 places.
Yeah.
So, for me, number 20 means we actually have some sort of running game.
Yeah. Now, Lions fans, okay, are you excited about just being playoffs maybe contenders, or do you really want to be Super Bowl contenders?
Well, of course we want to be Super Bowl contenders, but come on, get back to earth. Earth to Tim. Come in.
Go ahead and shoot those rockets up, and let's just go ahead and freaking get it done. Just like Nike says, just do it.
Just do it.
Well,
how come we haven't just done it then? How many regime changes have we had? How many? Oh my gosh, we're gonna build this. We got 3 to 5 years, and then we're gonna build it. Jim Bob Kerr, you're gonna be our coordinator. That type of thing.
Right.
And we never go anywhere. We go to a certain point where we think we're going to build something great. The drafts become better under Schwartz. Things go great, and then he loses his ever-loving mind. He does.
Yep.
You thought his head was going to explode by the end of that.
One of the things that Martha
Stewart? I'm just kidding.
Ford, Martha Firestone.
Go ahead.
Martha Firestone Ford went ahead and cleaned house.
Because she did.
Because she
took the broom and started cleaning people out.
Right.
I love it. It's a good thing. But does it translate into a Super Bowl now? I'm talking right now, this year. Does that mean we're all of a sudden contenders? We have a rookie head coach. We have a brand new defensive system. We have brand new players that haven't gelled into that system yet, or the Lions organization. I mean, I don't know how long this takes to come together. Could it come together in 1 year? I guess it could.
Right.
But I don't think it will. And is it because we're the same old Lions? I don't know. We have somebody that contacted us, and my brain doesn't work, and I didn't get back to him. But he's campaigning to change the SOL thing, which is same old Lions.
Right.
Which I also believe is something out of luck. But anyway.
Right, yeah, we're trying to keep this a little cleaner.
Keep it a little cleaner for iTunes.
Yeah, right.
But, and the kids that might listen to the show. I'm trying to back off of the swearing a little
bit.
Yeah. But anyway, he wants to make it into Stafford on Lions or something like this, or I don't know what it is, but something to change that culture of the same old Lions. My opinion is, because I've been a fan for so long, and I've seen regime change and coaching changes and this change and that change, and Calvin Johnson come and go, Barry Sanders come and go, Billy Sims come and go. I've got Stafford at 30 right now, who's ready to get gone. I mean, you know what I mean? I mean, how many players' careers do we have to waste before we actually do something? I'm fed up. I'm frustrated.
Right.
But I'm also realistic. Mm-hmm. So I guess part of it is because I've already seen the movie and I know how it ends, that this is what's happened and it's same old Lions type thing. Now, if there is this big change that's happened, then we need to see it on the field. This year, they need to not only make the playoffs, they need to win a game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if it wasn't good enough to go 9-7 and not make the playoffs, and 9-7 last year and make the playoffs, then it has to be 10-6 this year, a playoff berth, and a playoff win. Right. Because what else is there? Another failed year? Another year? I mean, we're looking at this schedule. They play the Jets, which is a team I think they can beat at home.
Yeah.
They play the 49ers at the 49ers. It's a West Coast swing, and every time a team from the East goes to the West, they have a harder time.
Right.
It's been that way for a long time. We play a couple of those teams this year. Mm-hmm. The 49ers in Arizona.
Yeah.
The 49ers are a much better team than they were last year. Jimmy Garoppolo has made that team a lot better. And we'll see how good he really is. Right. But that's a tough game. The Patriots at home, oh my God, that's a tough game.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Dallas was 9-7 last year. We got to go to Dallas and play them. Mm-hmm. And then we got the Packers at home. So in 4 games in a row, we play the 49ers, the Patriots, the Cowboys, Packers.
Yeah. But do you think that the Packers are looking at their schedule and saying, oh, we play this team, we play that team, we got
I think they do.
Right. But, they go ahead, but they get it done.
They didn't get it done last year.
No,
they were
didn't,
7-9.
They have got it done.
But it's tough to win in the NFL.
It is.
It's tough to beat these upper echelon teams. Do we have the weapons to do it?
Yes, we do.
I don't know.
If, one of the things we have been arguing about, not between us, but between the respect. We have one of the best receiving corps there is in the NFL today.
I do agree with that.
We have improved the offensive line.
But how do we
improved.
Here's what I'm most upset about with this whole whole thing, because we do this every preseason. Every preseason we do this. Oh, they're going to be good this year. They're going to be good. And then they play and they lay a complete egg. They shoot themselves in the foot. They get penalties. They get all this crap going on.
Right.
And then they lose a game they should have won. And you're just waiting for this explosive offense to do anything.
Now, well, I'm just saying, hey, this is not only a drinking of hopium. This is saying, okay, and I'm calling out the Lions too, but on this, I'm saying get it done. Now, I know you're going to still get the bad calls. You're going to still get, but I'm saying bring it. Go ahead and get that execution.
That's the
because
thing they
that's
lack.
what they do. I mean, sure, the Lions are
third
ranked
down drop pass.
20th in the running game. Okay, you go. They went ahead and put all this money in the offensive line, brought in new running backs,
Right.
older veterans that have been in the Super Bowl, and they still got the receiving core that they have. Sure, we may not have Kelvin Johnson anymore, but some people say that might be a good thing because we got Tate, we got Galladay,
Marvin Jones.
T.J.
Jones.
Yep.
Too many Joneses.
We also got
Keeping up with the Joneses.
your favorite Kerryon Johnson, who's not running, who is a running
Carry
back.
on with all my injuries, Johnson.
Yeah, right. We got him, which can also catch.
I want to say something about this because you brought up Kerryon
Mhm.
Johnson, and I've been kind of critical of him on this
Yep.
show, and I went back, and because me and Kevin Frentner went back and forth on this too, and I said, I just don't see it in this guy.
Yep.
I don't. And I went back and I looked at the 2016 videos of Kerryon Johnson. That's a different running back. I don't know whether it's injury or what happened to him, but in 2016 he had burst. He had a spin move. He looked like he was breaking tackles. He was running right into people. He wasn't scared. Didn't go to the sidelines. This guy was a legit beast.
Right.
And then in 2017, 18, I know there was an injury in there, but he does not look like the same guy at all. So my question is, which guy are we going to get?
And of course, we all hope that it's a 2016.
Now, why do we always pick people that have injuries?
Because this is a
Javid Best,
right.
he would have been amazing hadn't it been for a head injury.
Right.
And we knew he was capable of this because he dove on his head in the end zone. I don't understand why we keep going after guys that are injury prone.
Right. But
It doesn't make any
this
sense.
this is a man's sport, and it's a contact sport, and you're going to get the injury.
Well, he had shoulder and
Right.
leg injury. I think it was 2 shoulder injuries. I could be wrong
some,
about that.
some people,
goodness.
come back, better,
And
after
some people
injury.
don't. Kevin
that's true.
Jones
Right? Yeah.
don't.
Right. Brett Favre.
Abdullah hasn't.
Right.
Javid Best his career was cut short by injuries. Now he's playing flag football.
Mm-hmm. Right.
God, I hate that.
I know. He was and of course, Billy Sims.
Billy Sims got cut short for injuries. Barry Sanders never did.
No, he did.
His legs were so big,
I know.
though. But okay,
and
well,
of
go back.
Calvin Johnson too. Injuries for
Calvin
him.
Johnson cut his career short.
Right.
But he wasn't injury prone coming
No,
out,
he
as far as I
wasn't.
know. But that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have running backs that we draft, and we always draft an injury-prone running back. Because he'll fall to us, and we'll get the guy we want, and he's going to be really good, and nobody's going to know it because he really sucked last year because he had all these injuries.
Right.
But doesn't he really suck anyway because he had all these injuries?
Well, it depends on how you can overcome it. And
I don't know.
Why
We
they
have
chose
not
him.
had a
who
good
knows?
track record. With
No,
that
we
at
haven't.
all.
But that's
Nick Fairley was injured.
Right.
And stuff, and he fell to us, and we were like, "Oh my God, this guy fell to us!" And now we're gonna have Sue and Fairley, and Fairley had so many problems staying on the field, and his weight issues and attitude issues, and there's a reason why these people fall.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need to say, "Oh wow, this guy fell to us." Maybe we need to start
but
doing better research or something.
Then,
I don't
then
know.
you go ahead and you get like the Randy Moss who fell and where we
took
passed,
Terry Fair and passed on him.
We went ahead and passed on Randy Moss, and of course, Minnesota, they were smart enough to go ahead and take him.
Yeah, they were smart enough to take him.
Yeah,
but this year, I'm not looking for them. I'm looking for them to turn a corner, but yet it's a new regime. It's a whole new thing. do we give them that time like we're resetting everything, or do we expect them to make the playoffs and win? What are the expectations of this regime?
Well, okay, for me, the expectation for this regime is to improve on what we already had, greatly.
Okay, so we went 9-7 last year.
Yeah.
Went 9-7 the year before and made the playoffs.
Right.
What is your expectation this year based on what we've done the last 2 years, and this being the new regime? I mean, do you give them a break and say if they went like 8-8, you'd be okay with it? Or should we be calling for heads if they go 8-8?
No, I'm not saying calling for heads. I'm just saying, expect them to get it done.
Get what done? What do you want them to do?
What do I want them to do? I want them to win a couple playoff games this year.
Okay. There you go.
I mean,
you finally got a prediction for Tim. I mean, that's what you got to. For me, it's like I want to see them win one playoff game right now because it's a new coach. It's a whole new system for the defense. The offense is under the same system, so they should not have any problems. They have I think they have a better offensive line, although we have a rookie in there and we got a couple second-year players and third-year players. And, it's a little bit shaky, and injuries could cause some problems, but I believe we have really good depth.
Yep. But we also have running back that knows how to get those
LeGarrette Blount.
Yep. Yeah, and been in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row now,
But does that
different teams.
Translate to us being in the Super Bowl?
Does it translate to us getting more wins? Yes, I think so.
So you're saying they're going to get more wins and 9 wins on this schedule. That's what you're saying.
More wins than what we could have had without them.
You dodge the questions better than anybody I've ever seen. You should run for president or something. Okay, fans, what do you think? That's the one thing maybe we'll put up out of the poll question or something of the day. Where do you see this team ending up? Are they going to win a playoff game? Are they going to miss the playoffs, make the playoffs and lose? Or are they going all the way to the Super Bowl? Are they going to go all the way and win the Super Bowl? I want to know what you think.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, and this isn't dodging no questions or in. Now, are they going to be just a middle row team, or are they actually going to be a contender and actually be a good team? Has the changes that Quinn has been working for his third year now, are they making a difference to actually make them a good team, not just the same old lines?
Exactly.
And that's why I'm expecting more.
Is there something, though, with every fan in their mind that Super Bowl is so far out of the realm of their even conception in their brain that they're like, not this year, just because the Lions never do it? They're always been a disappointment. In my opinion, I've never seen them besides that one year they went to Washington, got their butt stomped.
Right.
But that's it. They won a playoff game in Dallas, and we go and we lay a huge egg, and that's what we usually do.
But look at that. It took that 1 year to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
They accomplished that in 1 year. And then what did they do? They went ahead and just threw away the system afterwards. They did not throw away the system, and it just took that 1 year. And yes, they cannot. Are they going to win the Super Bowl or even be in the Super Bowl this year? I don't know. I hope so.
But this is the thing.
God, I hope so. But I'm just saying that if you're a good team, you're going to go ahead and go up there and be that contender, and you're not going to go ahead and care about who the heck you're playing each week and week out. You're going to go ahead and not preconceive that you're going to lose that game. You're going to go ahead and preconceive that you're going to bring it to that team and give them one heck of a contest. One hell of a contest and win that freaking game.
But the thing is, though, I don't think the team thinks it can't win. I think the fans are the ones we're addressing here.
Right.
In my opinion, as a fan, in my mind, when I think Lions and Super Bowl, they're so disconnected
that
I can't even get from here to there. For
Right.
some reason, in my brain, I think the Lions Super Bowl. Well, not this year.
Right.
Automatically,
And
I think not this year.
Right. And
Is that
Yeah.
something? Is that a symptom of us as fans, or is that something that they're legitimately not that close?
or
I mean-
is it just? I think they are a lot closer than people think.
And I'm not sure
Yeah.
of that yet because they haven't proven it.
Right.
They went out there one year, and I think it was Jonathan Stewart they
Mm-hmm.
picked up, and all they needed was running back.
Yeah.
They had wide receivers. They had an attack. They had all these
Mm-hmm.
pieces. Who's going to be able to stop them? Themselves.
But year after
That
year,
was the answer.
Yeah, right. Now, year after year, the one thing that has been caught, and even back when we were in the Super Bowl, that's been called into question, has been the offensive line. What would have Barry done
With
if he
this
would have
offense,
had?
I think he would have been a lot better.
right.
He would have
So-
gained more yards, I
Yeah.
think.
So you got the offensive line that is
It's
What-
better. I was going to bring something up about the offensive
Okay.
line, too, because they're graded out really, really good
Yeah.
at run blocking, but not as good at pass blocking. So
Okay.
when we keep saying, well, we got a better offensive line and they're going to protect Stafford better, that is not necessarily reflected in the numbers.
right.
So, I mean, I think we're going to have a better running game, and that helps to
Right.
keep the defensive ends from, on every down, trying to just rush the quarterback. So I think it'll help.
Right.
But those individual players don't grade out as well on pass protection as what we used to have, like Warford and them guys. But they weren't very good at the run game.
Yep.
These guys are good. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to downplay it. But, Ragnow rated 95.2 or something in pass protection, but an 88.5. And, which is
Right.
good. It's really good, but it's less than the run block. That's all
Right.
I'm saying. I just want to bring that up that, it's possible that we won't have the pass protection that we think we're going to have. I just want to make sure that,
But of course, how much touches was even done on his quarterback in college?
right.
Right.
That's Ragnow,
I mean-
though. I mean, we're talking about the
Right.
whole offensive line.
Yeah. Right. So it's like, okay, the lines were already somewhat. Yeah. Well, as far as for the NFC North, they were. They had the best record, hands down.
Yeah.
As far as inner division play,
Yes.
they so definitely they were contender with what they had before. Now they improved on it.
Were they a contender?
Uh,
Minnesota went 13-3. We went 9-7.
right.
Patriots went 13-3. We went 9-7.
Right.
Are we a contender? Contender for what? A playoff spot? We would have been 10-6
Right.
had it been for the Atlanta game.
Mm-hmm.
We would have made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I hate to keep bringing this up,
Mm-hmm.
but this happens every year.
Right.
This isn't something that is going to go away anytime soon. So if we do have another thing where they screw us or
Right.
we screw ourselves or whatever happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's another reason why, we could be a little bit worse than what you're thinking.
But but if we end up making it easier to get touchdowns than what we had before.
Yeah, I mean,
as
we were
far
getting
as
a
with
lot more field goals and touchdowns.
right.
That's for
So
sure.
if we end up making it so that there isn't that last minute where things can be taken away or that last minute win, and
That's a good
so
point.
close.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
When we had Javid Best,
Mm-hmm.
we went 5-0.
Yes.
We crushed the Bears on Monday Night Football. It wasn't even close. It didn't matter what they called
Right.
because there was no chance for them to win.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's what you're saying, we would have to be better than the Patriots by about 5 times
Right.
to have, and we're not. We're not. Not yet. I don't think we are. Fans, what do you think? Do you think we're better than the Vikings, the Patriots, the top teams in the league right now? And yes, I'm considering the Vikings a top team. I'm sorry, but they do have a really good offense and a really good defense. And even with Kirk Cousins, who I'm not sold on either, they
Right.
still have that defense, and it's improved from
Okay,
last year.
fans. Yeah. Now, here's my question. Do you think that the Lions are one of the top teams in the NFL?
Yeah, I want to know that too. What do you expect out of them this year?
I expect them to be a top team.
You know, we're asking the question. You can get a hold of us on Twitter. You can get a hold of us in our Facebook group, Lions on the Prowl. You can get a hold of us on our email, lionsontheprowl@14@gmail.com. We do want to hear from you, and if you leave us a voicemail, we had, and I'm not sure, I'm going to have to hook that back up again. We had SpeakPipe.
Right.
And you could go on our website at lionsontheprowl.com and leave a comment, and we can air it on the show, and then we can react to your comments and questions and stuff on the show, whether it's in the Facebook group or Twitter or whatever.
Right.
We will react to it on the show, and we'll have a segment so you guys can, voice your opinion.
Yeah.
Roar back.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Mm-hmm. And, what's your expectation? My expectations is for them to, you cannot always be 2 or 3 games away. I mean, I've been hearing this for 2, 3, 5 years away for the last 20-some years. I've been hearing that.
We got a 5-year program,
right,
and it's taken us 50 years.
And really, has Quinn said 5 years since he brought in Patricia? I don't
think so.
No.
I mean, they gave him an extension so that he has 5 years,
right,
just like Patricia has 5 years.
Right.
So that's the time they've given him.
Right. But
I don't think he's come out and said anything about it.
But when even back when we brought in the coach that we just got rid of, Caldwell, okay, we went ahead and said, he said we were ready to win now. The Lions were expecting to bring immediate change.
Yes.
And
did we?
No, we did not.
That's
we didn't.
the thing where I keep bringing back to that point. How many times have we heard the same BS over and over again? That's Barry Sanders for everybody who's listening.
But I think they finally got it right.
I hope they finally got it right.
I think they did.
But I don't know that yet. I mean,
right.
I'm not from Missouri, but show me.
Sure. That's what the season's for, Jim, and I think we're going to see it this season. I mean, all we can do right now is speculate.
Yeah,
and
because this is the time of year that we just speculate on what's going on, because there really isn't a whole lot of news out there yet. We're getting ready for preseason. We're getting ready for actual games coming up, and then we can really comment on what we see on the team. But right now, we don't see anything. We just... we got to go with what we're seeing in the news and what we're seeing with the limited video that we get to see. On our draft picks, on our we did a whole bunch of research on our draft picks. Right. We did a whole bunch of research on our free agents that came in and stuff. Some of the guys really impressed me. Some of the guys really. I think Sylvester Williams is somebody that's going to surprise some people. He's got a lot of strength at the point of attack. I mean, he gets tired quick, it looks like. But you got Antoine Williams right there, too. Yeah. And Deshaun Hand, who is a 397-pound defensive end in a 3-4 system. I like him. Deshaun Shedd, who comes over from Seattle as a corner, and he looks pretty good. Right. There's a lot of people that they've signed. Wiggins, the backup offensive lineman from San Diego, and Kevin Frenner really likes him, thinks he's going to be something on this team. I don't think he's going to start, but, hey, who knows? But,
heck, if the offense is scoring like I'm hoping they are,
Christian Jones. This is a guy that really flies under the radar. Yeah. And Chicago hated to lose this guy. He's got speed. He just, his instincts aren't there yet, but he can be coached. Yeah. Kennard's outstanding. I mean, he can cover linebackers, or cover. He's a linebacker that can cover tight ends and rush the passer, and then is responsible for your run game. I mean, he does quite a bit of different things. Right. We're running out of time. We're running out of show this week. I'm sorry, but it's the way it's happened.
One thing that okay. All right.
Yeah, we're running out of show this week. Sorry about that. We'd like to give some shout-outs, again, to West Michigan Nutrition for our sponsorship, to Pro Football Focus for our affiliation with them. And also, we would like to tell all you fans we appreciate your downloads and listens, because it really helps the show. And if you'd hit the subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. Until next week, this is Jim.
This is Maniac Tim, and also tell your friends